So this is Conor Benn on the pads of the public workout with trainer Tony Sims. And he's looking pretty damn sharp. I believe he's boxing at welterweight at the moment, but they're still trying to figure out which weight is going to be best for him. Obviously, he's still a very young kid. He's still growing. So he'll inevitably move up in weight eventually. But for now, at the early part of his career, they might even move down a weight or experiment with weight a little bit and see which weight he performs best at. And I think he's a very talented kid, to be honest with you. As I said previously, a lot of people were very critical of his last performance. A lot of people were doom and gloom merchants, and they were saying, oh, he's never going to be anything because of that performance. As I say, Conor Benn had very few amateur fights. Such an inexperienced kid fighting on a big stage, you can easily lose your head and lose sight of what you're supposed to be doing from a technical point of view. Technique can go totally out the window. But from what I've seen of Conor Benn in sparring particularly, and he sparred a lot with O'Hara Davis, for example, who's quite a highly touted prospect. And O'Hara Davis also fought on this bill, by the way, in case you weren't aware. He won. And it was actually a pretty competitive fight that O'Hara Davis was in. He ended up winning it on the end on a cut, but it was a competitive fight. O'Hara Davis was in. The guy was tough. But like I say, Conor Benn has been sparring O'Hara Davis and more than holding his own. He's been sparring a lot of other people as well. And he's looked much better in sparring so far than he's looked in his actual professional fights. And that's normal, particularly for a young fighter. It's normal for them to be looking better in sparring than they are in actual professional fights. But as you can see here, he's got quick hands. The way he throws his shots is very similar to his dad. Again, people are saying that he's copying his dad. He's not copying his dad. He has his dad's DNA. So obviously the way he moves, a lot of his mannerisms are going to be the same or similar to his dad genetically. It's not like all of us are similar to our dads. All of us will have similar mannerisms to our dad. We might walk the same. We might have similar voices, etc., etc. It's genetic. And even when we fight or throw punches, we might throw punches in a very similar way to our dad if our dad ever boxed or fought. So it's not necessarily about him copying his dad. He's got his dad's DNA. So I think he's one to watch. He's a prospect at the moment, very, very green. But give him time and he might mature into a world-class fighter. We'll see. He needs to be brought around the right way. He obviously needs to stay dedicated. So yeah, I think he looks pretty good on the pads here. Let me know what you think. He's obviously got very similar style to his dad, all right? Let me know what you think. It's your boy Hatman, I'm out.